sides to a single coin. And that coin is the real deal. You just see one side of that coin. Are you ready to see the second side of that coin? Yes. On that golden coin, that golden ticket to success. We just got to be showing you one side of that coin. Are you ready to see the other side of that coin? Yeah. We talked about the psychological aspect to achieve success. Did we not talk about that? Yes. At the end of the day, we need these tools and know what to do to achieve the success. Do we not? Yes. We need to know what processes, what's happening in today's market. What do you take advantage of right here, right now? Will you not agree? Yes. Well, my good friend Charles Blair is going to come here, and he has spent hours in developing things to help the Real Deal go to the next level. He even created the name of the Real Deal Meetup 3.0. And in this Real Deal Meetup 3.0, Charles goes around and tours and shares information with people all over the U.S. And he's on conference calls all over the world sharing about what it is that he does, how he helps other companies achieve success. He's going to go into you right now and share with you the future of the Real Deal and the future of your career in 2015 and what you need to do to achieve success. So I ask everyone, please stand up again. Stand up again now. We got to make this one here right. This is the second side of the coin, all right? Other side of the coin, all right? You ready for it? Yeah. All right, I need for everybody to give a big round of applause. My friend Charles, the man science Blair.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, 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 thank you. I'm not worthy. I'm not. Okay. That's not enough. I'm not. No, go ahead. Okay, man, we've been here now for about 8 years with the Real Deal Meetup, starting out at the Quality Inn. Prior to that, we were at Club 347. Now, the Quality Inn wasn't quite a quality, but it was still an inn. So we really came a long way with this process. And this process is not Kenneth, and this process is not myself. This process really revolves around you. My passion is helping people realize their dreams of success. And I've adopted that passion years ago because I, as Kenneth spoke, did not have the best upbringing in the world myself. And I'm going to save you with the slides because it's not about my upbringing. Because I'm a firm believer is that your environment does not dictate your presence. Your environment is just a pathway through the tunnel of success. I grew up in the projects of East Baltimore. Dropped out in junior high school, 9th grade education. And today, I have professors. I have the director of housing of Maryland on my speed dial. Why? Because he used to be one of my students. I have professors at Johns Hopkins University call me up learning real estate investing, wanting to be part of our programs. You're talking to a guy who dropped out of junior high school and thought he knew all. Thought he had the secrets to success. And then I realized the only thing I had when I didn't have that education was that diploma was a one-way disaster down failure. I was going down the pathway of no success. My job at that time was working in West Baltimore selling Kirby vacuum cleaners, knocking on doors, trying to make a $1,500 sale, cleaning up soot off the floor. And you know what? I always said if you could sell Kirby vacuum cleaners, you could do anything. Yeah. And I didn't sell not one damn one. But that did not deter me. What that did, that encouraged me. Because what I was able to accomplish at that point in time was the ability to say that my first path in life with having a 9th grade education does not have to be the end of my life. So I started looking for ways to be successful. And then there was this guy that came on late night television. His name was Carlton Sheets. No money down real estate investing. And I bought his course several times. And the third time when I bought it, I actually opened it up. Now, I know a lot of you can relate to buying courses and not actually studying them.
Yeah.
I was there. And I actually said, wow, this information is mind-blowing. You could actually buy a piece of property with $10 and then flip that property for $10,000? And you don't need a high school education? Someone who dropped out of 9th grade can do this? I jumped feet first into it. I started looking for people to teach me this business. I got with one guy who had a business here in Maryland, who was one of the top wholesalers, rehabbers in Maryland. I told him, teach me everything you know, and I promise you, you will not be disappointed, because I will help your business grow to immense success. And he did. I studied and worked with him for 8 months. My salary at the time was $50 a week plus lunch. So you know I was living at home in the basement. I was not out there in anybody's apartment. But after 8 months, I became a full-time real estate investor. And I started doing deals. But like a lot of you, that first deal for me did not come until 1 year down the road. And it was $2,500. And I had to split it with my partner. But I was happy. You know why? Because at that point in time, I knew real estate investing worked. I got that paycheck proves to me that studying, learning, and being around the right environment and the right mindset will be the ticket to my success. So I started wholesaling and fixing properties for that first year. And me and my partner got very good at it. That first year, after making that first $2,500, I actually did 10 deals. But that wasn't enough for me. Because remember, I bit the bug. Education was not my answer back then. But once I started learning real estate, every damn thing I could want to know was in those books, from those courses, from those mentors, and I consumed everything. After 3 years being in the business, I was the largest minority owner of apartment buildings in downtown Baltimore. Mount Vernon Properties, purchase price $4.5 million. That was the beginning of my love for this business. Over 250 units, and I sold my interest in those properties 2.5 years after buying them. Why? Because I've realized something. Success without pleasure is a recipe for disaster. I achieved a lot doing this business. I achieved so much at that short period of time, but it was stressful. At the age of 32, I had a heart attack because my desire was nothing more than to dominate the real estate market in Baltimore. Recognized minority owner, largest minority owner of investment companies in Baltimore, and all it got me was a heart attack. So I regrouped, changed my path and my direction, and I jumped back into the residential market. Ever since jumping back in that market, I've done well over 300-400 deals. From everything you can think of, wholesaling, rehabbing, subject to, land installment contracts, trusts, you name it, I've done it. And I've had the luxury to help and teach other people to be successful. Some of the biggest names in this region and around the country have been my students. Kenneth Gills, who was just up here, came as one of my students. Ray Skinner, Director of Housing, was one of my students. Dan Merle, when he first came out in investing, I taught him how to market his program when he first came to Baltimore, was one of my students. Marcel Humphrey, Mark Whitten, I can go on and on. So you're not learning from someone who's thinking theory. You're learning from somebody who helped and make people a lot of money. And that's what Real Deal Meetup 3.0 is going to do for you. What is it? The new evolution of Real Deal Meetup 3.0 is the evolution from taking things from the level of how do I do it to the level of getting it done. Let me show you what I mean. The first thing we're going to have in place for you guys, beginning in February of 2015, we will be moving to a new location. That location will be the Towson University Marriott Hotel and Conference Center. It will be a beautiful transition. The room is gorgeous. I'm forking out a lot of money for this event, for the Real Deal to move to this location. And it won't cost you a dime, because the pathway to Real Deal Meetup is all about giving away free, quality information that you can use without charging you anything. No problem. That's my motto. That's where my part of the business has really taken me, because now is the time for me to give back. That's what I'm all about right now. Another aspect of this. Today, and I did not make this announcement on purpose. You're saying, Charles, we're usually leaving at 12 o'clock. We're not leaving at 12 o'clock today. I'm going to have a coaching session right here today for any one of you guys who want to be here, who want to take your business to that next level. I'm going to spill my guts from 12:45 until 3:45. I'm going to show you how to take your business to the next level, regardless of what level of investing you are at right now. It will be coaching to the umpteenth level, all content. For those of you who can make it and stay until 3:45 this evening, and that will start at about 12:45. All you have to do is just say one thing. Jump on the internet, take a picture of my presentation today, and say, Charles, I'm in on 3.0. That's it. And your invitation is sealed. The next part of what's part of Real Deal Meetup 3.0. In December, we're going to have a Real Deal cruise. We're going to be cruising out of Tampa, Western Caribbean, and it will be all part of the Real Deal Meetup. So I would love for you to be there. The Real Deal Meetup cruise. You see that? And it will be filled with 7 days. 3 days of pure education, all content, no sales. And 4 days of ports of call, Western Caribbean. Leaving out of Tampa. Now, why Tampa? They got the best locations for cruises to leave from. Not to mention, guys, we're talking about December 2015. You can get airfare for Tampa for $79 each way. It's dirt cheap when you're buying in advance. I will give you the rest of the dates when we make the big launch of 3.0 in February. But that will be part of Real Deal Meetup 3.0. We got educators lined up that's going to be on that cruise to give you all the details and information you need to be successful. And then we're going to have some fun in the Caribbean. Next part. I've made a deal with a local hard money lender, Guy Cook from Advance America. All the members of the Real Deal Meetup will have access to $1.5 million worth of funding to do your deals. Guy has put aside $1.5 million just for Real Deal Meetup members to be successful wholesaling and flipping your deals. That's part of Real Deal Meetup 3.0. We want to give you everything you need to be successful. I want to be a kingmaker. That's what I want to be. I've always said there is so much room at the top. Come join me. How many of you guys could use money for your deals? You don't need it anymore because we got it for you. The launch of this will be February 2015 when we start our new home at the Towson University Marriott. The next part of it, Real Deal Meetup faculty members. These guys are the cream of the crop in the industry, and they will be all accessed to you. Mike Resecca, one of the biggest note investors around the country. If you're interested in learning notes, Mike is part of the Real Deal Meetup faculty board. You can contact him. He'll be here personally, give you details on how to do note investing, all content for free. If you want to move into motivation, one of my best friends is in my back, and that's part of my mastermind group in Florida, is a man by the name of Delatoro McNeil. I'm not sure if you guys have ever heard of him, but Delatoro has been voted one of the 50 best motivational speakers in the world. And he's now a part of Real Deal Meetup 3.0. Guy Cook, gentleman contributed the $1.5 million for all the Real Deal Meetup members to do deals and to get you successful in the business. Valerie Scott. Valerie used to have a coaching program on short sales and REOs. When she closed down that program, she contacted me. Charles, I need something to do. No, you don't. You're now on my faculty board. So if you want to be learning how to do short sales, how to do bank REO investing, Valerie has $1 million worth of deals over the years that she's been in the business, teaching and doing it. Nate Joy, Baltimore Shells. In my opinion, Nate is the biggest rehabber in PG County and Washington, D.C. Nate is part of the faculty members of Real Deal Meetup 3.0. I'm going to go a little bit further on what Nate is contributing to this, but once again, all of this is what? For free. One of the things I realized that was missing in this group was that you needed vested resources that you could count on and can depend on to do what you need to get done. One of the things we're adding is the Real Dealer Directory, where we have contractors, where we have attorneys, where we have lenders, where we have real estate agents, all of which will be there in that directory, where you, the members, will give reviews of these people's performances. So in order to be in that directory, you have to be able to produce. If you're a contractor and you're worried about your reputation because you're not out there doing what you're supposed to do, you don't want to be a part of that directory. Because each and every member in this building, each and every member in the Real Deal will be putting it out there, their experience with working with this contractor, their experience with working with that agent. I want you guys to have the best tools you need to be successful. And that's the Real Dealer Directory. Real dealers get even better than this. One of the things I've been putting together for the last 2.5 months with Nate, we've done a lot of partnerships over the years with deals in Washington. And one of the things we wanted to talk about, well, how could we bring this to the person who can't pay money for a $15,000 or $30,000 coach? That's what we call for the real dealer. All you have to do to participate in this, and I'll tell you what this is. All you have to do to participate in this is to have a deal and ready to go. What you're going to get for all of my real dealers, we're going to show you how to find the cash and financing for your property. Why? Because we got the money for you already. We're going to also help you close on the properties and show you how to do a schedule draw when you're trying to figure out how much it should take to rehab a property. We're going to work with the architects for drawings and show you how architects fit into the whole process of rehabbing, when you need them and when you don't need them. We're going to show you how to pull permits, how you work through the process of getting your rehab done, how the demo process works. You're going to even have access to our project managers and walk with us through properties that we're working on to understand the rehab process. You're going to see how we're closing up walls, what actually the process is, how that actual system is set up, and to which level should we work first. You're going to also see how we pull materials for rehabs, how we install final finishes, inspections, how we run comps. We're going to teach you how that process works and how to actually run comps. Identify which agents to work with, home inspection lists, punch-out lists, and see the final HUD. How to understand exactly what costs you're paying for in association with your closing, what's a junk cost and what's a real cost. The cost for this? Free. Absolutely free. When you bring, but there's one catch. The catch is when you have a deal that you're ready to wholesale. Now, how do I get a deal to get ready to wholesale? Because Charles, I don't have the knowledge. Yes, you do. Because you have access to me. So you will have the knowledge. Now, this is for wholesalers who want to know and understand the process of rehabbing. Because I'm going to tell you one of my biggest mistakes in life. The first 15 years of my business, after I got out of commercial business, the first 15 years of doing this business, and I've been in it for 26 years. 26 years of success. So the first 15 years of that, everything I got outside of that commercial deal was deals where I flipped properties. I didn't hold anything. That was the biggest mistake I've ever made because I wasted thousands. You're talking to a guy who one New Year's Eve rent a yacht in Florida so we can spend it on New Year's Eve watching fireworks in Miami Beach. And that was one of the lessons I learned. Money is something that has to be respected. So the last 10 years, I've been catching up with buying and holding. And the last 10 years, I've been educating everybody else on the process of, for every 2 to 3 wholesale deals, you want to hold one deal. You want to learn the rehab process. I like to say it's a 3-to-1 ratio. Whenever you can, for every 3, hold 1. For every 3, what? Hold 1. Because wholesaling is one step up from having a job. That's all it is. You're just transferring one boss to the boss of wholesaling. Because the minute you stop wholesaling, you will be broke. So don't look at wholesaling as the end all of your business. Wholesaling is the beginning to the pathway to success. So all you who want to be wholesalers, you want to be wholesalers right now. But you want to take and add more tools to the toolkit. There's nothing wrong with being a wholesaler. There's nothing wrong with being a bird dog. But remember, it's a job, it's a job, it's a job, and all a job is just over broke. That's all it is. So keep that in mind. For our mastermind members, we've had the luxury of working with some of the brightest members here in the community, in the mastermind group. In the mastermind group, one of the things I wanted to come up with, how can I improve what these guys are doing? They're doing deals, they're doing success. They need to take it to that next level. What we're doing, what we've added in the mastermind group is an additional $1 million for you to do your deals. Dominion Property has secured $1 million in financing for us, for all the mastermind members that Nate and I will be securing, for you to use that money to do deals. Also, we're going to let you have full access to job sites so that you can understand the process of how the business is run. Anytime the mastermind members want to go out on a job site, contact the project manager. You'll be invited to come there and see how a job is run from start to finish. You have 24/7 access to the project manager. Members will be allowed to present. I got this on auto school because I wanted to make sure I had time. So, members will be allowed to present for any all inspections during the construction process. What does that mean? When we start the process in the construction, you'll understand and learn the phases involved in that process. You'll be able to understand exactly how to get from that wholesaler to that generational wealth builder. Because that's what we're all here for. My reason why is my son, my 7-year-old son. My fear in business have always been predicated based on my lack of education. And I'll be totally honest with you. If I was not a real estate investor, I have no idea what I'd be doing. Chances are I would be at John Hopkins doing security work or something like that. That's the God's truth. But my reason why, and the reason why I've been so successful in this business, is the fact that I knew that if I wasn't successful, all I had to fall back on was a 9th grade education. And I better damn sure make something positive happen with the example I have right now. That's always been my biggest fear. That has always been my motivation for success. That has always been the thing that drives me. No one will outwork me. And that has always been what's driven me in this business. So when I get phone calls from mastermind students at 10 o'clock at night, or students from 2 o'clock in the morning, and yes, I have gotten calls from someone from 2 o'clock in the morning. When I get calls from people that call me at 7 o'clock in the morning, want to know what you do here, what you say here. My business is set up so that my project manager takes everything in regards to my day-to-day operation. I have a total of 33 different VAs working in my business all around the country. So I have the luxury to stand on the phone and talk all day long because I love to talk. As you can tell, I love to talk. And a large part of what I do is consultants pay me, individuals, companies pay me, all to come around the country and teach them how to make their business run. Next month, I'll be at the Google Summit for Google, teaching marketing in Tampa Bay. If you're able to get down there, December 12th, I will be in Tampa speaking at the Google Summit. No, I'm not doing this for your personal affection or personal attention.
Nobody back me up.
And you notice, and I took note of that too. So, but the point I'm trying to make, where you start does not have to be where you finish. It does not have to be. A guy who has a 9th grade education has written 3 books. A guy that has a 9th grade education has mentored and taught some of the most successful people in the area around the country on marketing and real estate investing. And the guy that has a 9th grade education wants to help you be successful. But all I ask is please pay it forward. That's all I ask. That's all I want in return is just for you to pay it forward. Because we are so down in the city of Maryland. I'm going to tell you right now. In Tampa, where I do a lot of speaking at, and in Florida, the mindset down there is so different from here. Yes. Not from this room. I'm not going to say this room has this negative mindset. But down here in Maryland, D.C. area, it seems like everyone is afraid to give because someone may take what they got. Yeah. The real deal was built to knock down that wall. If someone is able to take what I got, I never had it. I'm telling you, share it. Share the wealth. Share the knowledge. That's why this session is going to go on in about 15 minutes, where I'm going to show you how to take your business to the next level. I charge $250 an hour to sit down and talk with me. I'm asking you to sit down and talk with me this evening for 3 hours for free. You can take advantage of it or not. The choice is yours. One of the things I like to say, you have to learn to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And I'm very good at that. I'm also good at making people uncomfortable too. Let's move forward. The other aspect of this is the fact that when we take this to the 3.0 level, you all are going to be held accountable to your success. On the website, you will have to give your affirmation for 30, 60, and 90-day goals. We'll have that set up at realdealmeetup.com. Write that down, realdealmeetup.com. If you are not a part of that community right here, you need to be. realdealmeetup.com. One more thing. If you have leads, we will have a preferred list of people for you to work with that will pay you the highest dollar you possibly can get for your deals. So what is it that you need? Anyone, tell me, what is it that you need in this business that we're not going to give you for success? I want anyone just to raise your hand. Have I missed anything that you need? I'm not talking about a want, because a want is something that's fleeting. I want to know what it is that you need that we can give you. Say that again. Have we provided that? Thank you. Anyone else? Leads. Do you know what to do with the leads? Because I'm going to give you the education of what to do with the leads. That's going to be part of this consulting session this afternoon. If you're able to make it, I would advise you to be there. Is there any questions about what I've talked about so far? Because I'm going to let you guys take a good 30 minutes. Because you may be hungry. In fact, I'm going to give you 45 minutes. I got this room all day long. So I'll talk as long as you want to listen. So I'm going to give you 45 minutes, and then after the next 5 minutes, for you to go grab something to eat and come back. But I will be starting at 1:15 sharp. You can, if you don't want to eat, you just want to talk to me, I'll be here. Now, first of all, I want to make sure you have something. My personal phone number. Take this down. 443-925-2860. That's 443-925-2860. And like I said, my business is built around me talking. My project manager handles everything. She controls my VAs. All they do is call me on Mondays and Thursdays and Fridays and tell me what we need to work on. And I give the systems in place to make it happen. So you can call me anytime. 443, yes, 925-2860. No. Any other questions?
Say something. I know you're doing from, and I've been to a lot of sessions about real estate over the years. I've gone over them. You've done, you and your tenant have done something that I think all of us here, maybe we realize it, maybe we don't. But you basically bring the secretary on the service. I truly believe you're doing the best.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now we do that hand, right?
When I first started this business, I used to have the moniker of a real estate junkie. And that's what I am. For me, real estate, every day, I need that fix. That's what real estate means to me. It's a way to pull myself up and my family up and to give them what they need in life. So I'm going to give you guys 45 minutes. I want you to come back in this room, Clifton.
Yeah, before you do that, we still got 2 minutes before you break.
Yes.
Charles, you asked the question, I'm coming up this way to ask the state and to get some feedback all at once.
Sure.
Charles asked, is there anything that's missing for you to be as successful as you desire to be? He gave us pretty much everything we want. But in the back of your head, there's still something. There are a couple of things that you're still kind of not sure about. And some things you don't even know that you don't know, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Now I'm going to say this, and you can correct me, or we can get it straight. Some of you, like me, may have questions about, yeah, but what do I do tomorrow? Or what do I need to do right after I leave you? Where you have those kinds of questions, recognize that by creating the space to come here, you'll get an answer to that too. Some of you have commitments, you really got committed. You can't stay. You're aching because you want to be here, but you can't. If that's your circumstance, then part of what you have is a joint venture. You have an opportunity to connect. He gave you a phone number, but I asked you at the beginning, those of you who were here, to connect with at least 3 people. Before you leave here today, particularly if you gotta go, make sure you tune in to a couple of folks who are going to get you some more information about what you're about to miss. I feel for you. I had some other plans, but guess what? We good. But everybody, I know you can't do, everybody can. Connect with at least 3 and make sure that if you don't even know what you don't know now, later on you write it down and you connect back with Sir Charles, mad scientist Lay. We cool? Everybody good?
Good.
You can make a deal today if that's what you want to do. If you're scared, it's okay. You can lay the groundwork to make a deal before the new year. That dream in 2015 is great, but it ain't too late. All right?
Now, I want to introduce somebody to you right now. You guys heard Clifton speak. Clifton is another part of what's going to be part of the Real Deal Media faculty. And what Clifton is going to do, we are putting together something that we call Guru Interviews. It's a podcast that's going to be on iTunes. And we're interviewing gurus, not gurus. A guru talks about what a guru do. So we're going to be talking about people around the country in this region, and Clifton will be the person interviewing them for your behalf. And you'll have the opportunity to ask all these different gurus about their interests and their expertise. So guru interviews will be something that we'll be rolling out early part of 2015 as well. And Cliff will be that person. I know I didn't go into what I'm going to discuss today, but the key point that I'm going to discuss is what you do today, tomorrow, next week, and next month. That's what this meeting is about today. How to get started today. Marketing, your mindset, creating your business, and so on. So go ahead and take 45 minutes. I'll see those who want to be a part of this back at 1:15, and I'll be here waiting for you. Yes. 2015, yes. We had to give it 8 months in advance in order to do it.
You got a card? Do you know if anybody has the patience to teach this old granny how to get these VHSs onto digital on my computer?
Take your best bet? Google. I mean, YouTube.
Yeah, okay.
YouTube.
What do I Google on YouTube?
This is what I'm going to do. Call me
Okay.
probably on Monday, and I'll send a link to
Link to.
Well, that's what
YouTube
that's what
of all the videos that show
this
you.
afternoon.
Yeah. I mean, I get the YouTube, but I don't know what to.
Actually, what-
Now I'm going to send you the actual link to a video that shows you how to do it. not the DC, like old school DC. No, the developers in the schools. Basically on the school. But the niggas you ain't get anything. Get the same way. You might as well put DC.
Yeah, we do it.
Well, I'll just say that your timing couldn't be better, and particularly good, you know, as you capture the business and see. That's not.
Hey Ray, that's where it goes
I'm going to try and get him to bring it back. No, so I just your spirit and even the what you just shared with me about Moses and all that, you just read my cells in my body. Everything. Oh, thank you. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. I'll see you. Whatever. It's on you, but I'm good. Yeah, they
Mr. Ray?
You know what? I got you. You know, thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna put this in class in the shop. Yeah, we move chairs out.
Everybody hanging around, if you don't mind, hold up a few of the chairs. We're going to set up some tables so that we can actually do some work. Thank you for, if you are, thanks.
We're gonna grab the chairs.
Yeah.
If you have some materials on the chairs, please move them at this time.
Good job, thank you.
No, we just want to set up classrooms. Good. Take them out like this, straight across.
Oh, straight across, no tilt.
No, just straight across. This is good. Tilt takes up more space.
Okay. Do you want to see down the edge?
Down the middle?
Oh, like the grass seat, somebody sitting on the side?
No, not really. 'Cause I think we're going to have about 50 tops.
Okay.
I'm just going to have that.
Okay. Okay,
I'm thinking maybe 2 per side.
all right.
We'll make 3.
3 long? Yeah.